Hi there, Sani Bonane Dumelang. Thank you for joining us. This is part of our series on the Cuddle Trust theme books. Having worked in this field for over 15 years, and we have realized that one of the biggest challenges our teachers face is they have limited time and resources. And we have put together a series of theme books for you, which will save you both time and money and those worries, wondering if you are actually teaching the child in the correct way. We have structured the lessons in such a way that they all have a lot of information, activities, and worksheets, which we attempt to use all 5 of the senses. The activities are graded so that they will challenge the child and develop skills so that he will progressively reach a point where he's going to reach certain outcomes, which is necessary for him to be school ready by the time he is 6. All our worksheets we try to put in such a way that they will make the child feel like a winner, but at the same time also let your creche or ECD center appear professional, productive, and become very profitable for you. Today, what we're going to be looking at is we are looking at specifically on South Africa. Now, I have done a full lesson on South Africa in another video, which is also in the same area where you would have found the summary on these theme books. So, very exciting topic. This is now something you're going to be doing with the children by, I'd say, September, October. So you're going to see the skills that we're going to be asking the children to be practicing are also a lot more advanced. Again, you can use these workbooks for younger children as well, just knowing that you're going to be doing the cutting out and you're going to be doing, having to be a little bit more hands-on. But they definitely are, they're geared for your grade R's, so your age 5 to 6 year olds, but you can use them for any age group, and especially your own children as well. So our main theme being South Africa, we have divided it into 4 different sections. First week, we're going to look at national emblems. Second week, we're going to look at natural resources. The third week, we're going to look at the geography of South Africa. It's a very unique geography that we have here. And the fourth week, we're going to look at tourism. And remember, our previous month, we would have spoken to the children about different careers. So here we are reinforcing different careers, which we can highlight as we go through this theme of this month. Our ideas for the theme table, as usual, always try and have a chart up for the children. So you can have a big chart on Africa itself, and then they need to find out where South Africa is. And because many of our children come from so many other places in Africa, it will be exciting to see where they live, or their parents live, or their gogo lives in relation to South Africa. And then a very important chart, which I would definitely recommend, is the one on South Africa, because it has got the national anthem on it, it has got our national emblems on it, and as well it has got all 9 our provinces on it as well. So it's a very handy chart to have up. And it will make as guidelines for the children and the parents to know what things to bring for the table. Things you could recommend for them to bring is things like examples of minerals or products that we're going to be using. And remember, the children don't have to bring all of these things on the first day. Yes, it's very nice to have it there the first day already, but you can already, as you work through, say, the national emblems, and the child suddenly remembers, Springbok, I have got a Springbok at home. Or someone can have made the art flag, and this is one of the activities that you are going to be making in this month's lesson, that the child goes home with a sand art flag, but you can have a flag around on your table. You can also go to a tourist shop or a flight center and ask them for pamphlets or pictures about different tourist destinations which are available in South Africa. And there, a magazine I would really recommend is called The Wildlife, or The Wild Magazine, which is linked to the Wild card. It's available in all your hospices and charity shops, but there's some really nice pictures in there of different places in our country. songs that we're going to sing. Well, naturally, we're going to know how to sing the national anthem. We can sing to them a song about flowers, because that is one of the things South Africa is very unique in the number of flowers we have. And we can sing, we want to sing, say, a number song. So we can sing Five Little Ducks Went Out One Day, because we are going to be talking about natural resources. And one of the places where we are very, very wealthy is with regards to our farms. You'll see the skills we develop in this theme is increased vocabulary and general knowledge. You will be amazed what the children will know and remember when you have finished this theme. Again, never underestimate a child. Don't think, oh, they're only 2 years old or they're only 3 years old. You know, they will remember what you said. They might not exactly remember it in the correct order or when you ask them a specific question, but let them go to a place and they will share their knowledge. We're going to talk about association, estimation, general dexterity, spatial perception, pencil control, sequencing, reasoning, socialization, counting, shape recognition, and memorization. So you can see we are starting to push the limits here. We're really moving quite advanced. Very few preschools actually deal with South Africa in their preschools, except maybe 1 or 2 days around Heritage Day. I would really like to encourage you to spend a whole month on it. And that's why I did a bit more of a full workshop on this specific theme. And all our theme books are available. Just let us know via the Cuddle Trust if you are interested in getting one. So national emblems, what we're talking about there, we're talking about our people, and especially on this day, they're going to make our Rainbow Nation collage, because we have a very unique country. We're going to talk about the national flag and the national anthem, and that's where we're going to have a copy of our flag. We're going to talk about our national emblems, the flower, the animals, the fish. We're going to talk about national sports. And then on the Friday, we're going to do a craft, and yes, you guessed, that's the craft. The second week, we're going to talk about natural resources, and I'll talk about that a bit more just now. Then we're going to talk about geography. There we're looking at provinces, the mountains, the rivers and the dams. And as you can see, we've put a lot of information over here, so you do not need to go and do research. You can just use this information and teach the children with that as a basis. And then on the last week, we're talking about tourism, and under tourism, we've got game parks, we've got theme parks, and we've got museums. But I'd like to focus specifically on our natural resources, because here I'm going to show you the kind of words we're going to be using, because remember we said one of our big goals in this theme is to increase their vocabulary. So the first day, we're going to talk about fauna. Now, fauna is different to flora, because we're going to talk about flora the next day. Fauna is the animals in South Africa. We have the widest range of indigenous animals. You can ask the child to list all the animals they can think of. So they've got, you're going to get your lions, your elephants, some might even talk about the special cows we get. You're going to have them talking about monkeys. They can write all these wild animals down for you. And then we can also at this stage make them again socially and morally aware of the challenges that our fauna faces. Things like illegal hunting, where they are cutting off the rhino's horns, or they are catching the cheetah and the African wild dog for their bones. The worksheet we're doing here now is also an advanced worksheet, because it's where we ask the children to only color in the giraffe. So this is worksheet 4. Can you see there are actually 2 animals on this picture? And the child must be able to identify where the lines of the giraffe are. A very, very challenging exercise. Normally the child only would do something like this in grade 2. Why don't you start with the child that is 5, 6? By the time he's in grade 2, you know what? He's going to be the cleverest child in that classroom. The next day, we're going to talk about flora. Flora means your flowers. Again, South Africa has got indigenous plants and flowers that are so diverse, and that is so unique to South Africa. We've got so many different kinds of habitats. We've got fynbos forest, grassland, savanna. Most flowering species, if we actually say 10% of the flowering species found are only in South Africa. And there's very few other countries that have, like say, fynbos is only found in South Africa. And that's why we need to protect it. To protect it, again, we're looking at not littering, not picking them, caring for your environment. The Namaqualand and the Namaqualand daisy, where it's desert and then the rain comes and all of a sudden there's just a mass of flowers. We also have indigenous trees, and which a lot of them are used for medicinal purposes. And this also makes South Africa very, very unique. On this day, we're going to ask the children, but you can see there's a lot of information that you need to share with the child. As a worksheet, we have put in a dot to dot with numbers, and I'm going all the way up to number 16 this time. We're just progressing, we're pushing the child along. He's got to know he's got to go from 1 all the way to 16, and then they can color it in with the pastels or with their crayons. So now we've spoken about fauna, we've spoken about flora. The next thing we're going to talk about is agriculture. Now, South Africa is, again, we have, because of our different habitats, we have all different kinds of crops, from your maize to your soya to your rice. We have all different kinds of fruit trees, from bananas to oranges to nuts. Then we've also got all different kinds of animals. We've got people that grow, that farm with cows. We have some that farm with sheep, pigs, and with fish. And here the child, because we spoke about animals in our second theme, the child will be able to speak with you, but we are now expanding their vocabulary, because we're letting them realize, you know, on a farm, you don't just get animals, you can get things like wheat and maize and sugarcane and fruit trees as well. And you can see what I'm going to have in my class on this day. I'm going to have examples of all those products. I'm going to have milk. I'm going to have sugar. I'm going to have maize, so that it becomes very real for the child and he can touch it and he can taste it. This day we're going to do worksheet 6, where we ask the child to find and circle the differences between the pictures that are alongside each other. So this is what this worksheet looks like. So again, it takes reasoning. The child sees these two pictures and he's got to say, what is different between this one and that one? And he's got to only put the circles on one side, which is a discipline. So you can see how I'm now trying to make the child a little bit more focused and disciplined by the kinds of activities that I am exposing the child to. And those activities, those products are the fruit and your dairy products. Then on the Thursday, we're going to talk about minerals. And we are, again, a country that has got such a wide range of minerals and where mining is done. We've got gold, platinum, copper, iron, coal, and even diamonds. We can talk to children about how you work on the mines and what they do on the mines. Again, thinking of my careers theme that we've just done the month before, special clothes, special equipment. Then when we talk about the different minerals, we can say to them, okay, well, what would you use gold for? And where would you use steel? Or where would you use coal? And where would you use copper? And link the mineral to a specific object that the child would have seen. Here we again are going to give the children a magazine, and we're going to ask them to make a collage with the products that show you the different minerals that we have in our country. So we've got our diamonds, our gold, our metal. We could even have coal if we had a coal fire going over there. And they're going to stick them on a piece of paper. And then on the Friday, we're going to do a craft, which takes a lot of cross-lateral movements. We're going to make a pom-pom flower. Now, I don't know if you know what a pom-pom flower is. Well, yeah, we've made one out of a checkers packet. If you want to make a bigger one, we've made one here out of a big Pick and Pay packet. What you need to do is you've got to take the packet and cut the strips beforehand, not in the classroom. You get 2 circles and you cut a big circle and a smaller circle and one line in the middle. And then all you do is you ask the child to wrap the plastic or the wool in and out. So they go through there and up and through there and up. all the way around until they can't get something through the middle anymore. Then you will cut it open, get the cardboard out, cut all the strips open, and the child will have what we call a pom-pom flower. It takes a lot of focus from the child and a lot of energy. Another activity that you will be doing in this one is you will make a little card when we do the tourist section, and they put their fingerprints on here and they stick a tail, and then they've got a little welcome to South Africa card. You can see this is a really fun month, but you can also see with the activities that we are really stretching the child at this point. By the time the month is over, we will have a worksheet that looks, or workbook, that is very diverse. There we had another cutting activity. We've even got making a puzzle. We've got mazes as well. So as you can see, a whole range of activities which challenges the child in different ways. But this month in particular, your parents will know that the child has learned something, because they will have brought something home in their hands, they will have brought something home in their heads, and they would have brought something home in their hearts. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and hope to catch up with you next time. Bye.